Alright guys, we're down to the last but not least one. Taurus. Okay. And so the energy we have is, can we start over? Can we start over? I feel like something was said. Something was made official for you. Like something was clear to you, like you feel like you had it figured out. You were so sure about it. And now it's like you're being urged to go back and start from scratch, start from the beginning. Because somewhere in there, I guess we'll figure out. Let me flip the cards, but I definitely just get this energy that you gotta go back and start over. You gotta start over with something. It's like the shit ain't adding up. The shit's not making sense to you right now. If things aren't adding up or making sense, or if situations are coming across, it's like, you know, is there more I need to do? Is there more I need to add to this? If you're feeling like it's something that isn't complete, it's like it needs some finishing touches. I don't think it has anything to do with the begin or the end of anything. It's more so the beginning of something. So say that you do nails and you finish the set or whatever, but you feel like, I don't know, like, is it missing something? It's just, it doesn't seem like right. It doesn't seem right. It's something that seems off about the set. It's pretty, but it doesn't seem right. Missing something. And so you start thinking about all the things you could add to complete this look, when really it was just the shape. And so you would have to think of like where the shape fits in. The shape fits in more so the beginning of the process of building the nail up. And so it's something like that. It's like it doesn't, you don't need to add anything extra to it. You need to go and start over. It's like those beginning steps, your foundation has some correcting, okay? It needs some correcting. Eight of Pentacles reversed. You feel a little uninspired, like you feel a little bored with your foundation. I feel you feel like something is missing. You feel like it's incomplete. You know, you're a little bored with that. It's like, you know, whatever you've come up with, you could tell that while you followed, you know, steps 1 through, 5, it still isn't fully the way that you wanted it to be. It's still slacking. It's still missing something key, some type of key component. It will switch the whole thing up. A simple little, like, go back, check this real quick, and that will change the shit up for you. The Empress reverse. It's like, when we think of the Empress in the upright, it is like naturally having shit balanced out. You know what I mean? In moderation, it's like, having a juicy beginning. We're thinking of like a movie or a book, whatever, anything. A juicy beginning, a juicy middle, and a juicy ending. You know what I mean? It's like compared to having a phenomenal, beginning, a phenomenal middle, and then a flat ending. Don't you hate movies like that? If you're working on a project, Taurus, look at it like as if it was a movie. What type of movie do you want to put out there? Make sure the beginning, the middle, and the end is sensational. Make sure it all is cohesive, but every one of them should have its own triumphant moment, like distinctive moment. You know what I'm saying? So if you're having to break some shit down like that, if you're having to like create something or trying to create something, make sure that there's levels to this shit. We don't want to be wasteful. Sometimes there could be so many ideas that it's overwhelming with this, the Empress energy reverse, that smothering. These like too many ideas can become a bit smothering. So it's like less is more at times, but it's like whatever that less is, make sure it's exquisite. Make sure that it's a beautiful hint of something. You know what I'm saying? It's like that hint of lime really kick when you drinking, that Bud Light lime, or when you like eating those like Tostitos or whatever the case may be. It's like that hint of something kicks. It doesn't need to be an overwhelming amount of lime. It doesn't need to be an overwhelming, powerful, strong, like, you know, it doesn't have to be like that. All my ideas mixed up in one. Give them a hint of some shit. Go back and check what you've already done. If this is a project, which I really feel that it is, because you're trying to create something, you're trying to birth something. If this is like more in a literal sense, if this is in romance, go back and check off those, like, what used to make this person smile? What created this bond? What were we into? What type of common thing did we share? You know what I'm saying? To inspire us, to make us feel good with each other. What did we enjoy together? What did we create together? That's where you would have to go back to, Taurus, in order to gain your inspiration back. You got to go back to the beginning of whatever, like when shit was good. When shit was good and you were all excited about what you're wanting to create and how you were feeling in that moment. You have to get back to that, understanding that. You don't have to go back to a motherfucking thing, but just understanding that. Like, oh shit, okay, that's what we did. That's the reason I bonded with this person. So it wasn't a waste of time, you know, or it wasn't, you know, shade the whole time. It wasn't just like, you know, this. My perception isn't, my perception was a bit off, you know, so now I'm realizing it wasn't what I thought it was. Okay, so it's like I do want to continue on with this project. This is something that I want to continue on with this establishment or relationship or whatever. I want to continue on with this thing that I created, but somewhere in there we lost the inspiration, or we lost something, or we felt like something was missing or incomplete. You're being urged to go back and check those boxes, check the beginning of the story. You know, you just watch the ending of a story. It's like, that was a lot of shit going on. It was all these fight scenes. It was all this, that, and the other. Boom, boom, boom. Like, a lot of twists and turns and shit. But it's like, well, what got them all riled up to be doing all that shit? Can you imagine only seeing the end of Avengers? Can you imagine only seeing the end of that? It's like you would be really confused. You get an idea of what's going on, but you don't get the full picture. So something about whatever you're trying to put out, or whatever you're trying to be successful in right now, it's like you're not paying attention to the full picture of it. You know what I mean? Or if this is a person or relationship, you're not paying attention to the little things, the little details about them. You're not paying attention to the reason you were attracted to them in the first place. You know, it's like the shared energy. It's like you something happened and it completely switched up your idea of this thing, this plan, this business, or this person. And so now it's like, can we start over? Because I know that it wasn't a lost cause. I know it wasn't for nothing. I know we had great ideas with the Empress even coming out to begin with. But apparently we mishandled it, or we got into a space of being, I feel, unfair, or being more logical than, it's like letting your logic lead rather than your feelings and your emotions. It's like letting your logic step in and say whether or not this is suited for you, whether or not this is right or wrong. And so if your logic is the ruler at that moment and your emotions are on the back burner, you may have started to view people or situations or establishments a particular way, like they were toxic, like you would start to label things towards, as if it wasn't worthy anymore because of a particular experience or because of a failed type of attempt here. And so I feel that now it's like you're being urged to go back and check the fine print, or go back and check steps 1 and 2. Go back and check and watch the beginning of the movie. Listen to the beginning of the song before you just hear at the end of the song she says she's gonna cut the nigga dick off or some shit. And you like, wait, what? What the fuck is that? That bitch crazy. I don't want to listen to nothing. I ain't talking about cutting dicks off. It's like, Taurus, did you listen to the whole song? No. Because it's not your favorite topic. You know what I mean? So it's kind of like that. So I don't want to hear shit that's talking about that. It's like, how do you know? You don't know what's in that fucking song. You already turned off by one little thing, so you've already categorized it as this whole motherfucker. It got to be a bitch that, is immature, millennial. It got to be this, it got to be that. It's like you already done categorized the whole situation, the whole business, the whole person after one conversation. All the other shit wasn't enough to stick for you. You know what I'm saying? All that they are, all that they contribute, or anything like that. None of that was enough to stick for you, Taurus. You like, did you just say that you don't like so and so? Ugh, I don't even see you the same. Did you just say that you support this, that, and the other? Ugh, I cannot. I can't. Don't be like that, Taurus. Don't be like that. You got the 3 of Swords reverse. Definitely beautiful energy is forgiveness. Forgiveness. So maybe you felt like, in the past that you've made some poor decisions when it came down to having leeway for shit, or just like, taking shit easily or whatever, or this starting over shit. It's like, motherfuckers always feel like they could start over with me, so then they're going to abuse my time. I don't want to start over. You only got one shot. Do not miss your chance to blow. This opportunity comes once in a lifetime with Taurus. Don't fuck up. Don't slip up with Taurus. That goes for all humans, spirits, whatever, materialistic shit, cars, houses, whatever. Don't fuck up with Taurus, because one fuck up and your ass is grass. Out of there. Out of there. It's probably because Taurus feels like, if I've forgiven you and you played me, or if I've gotten to a space, like, I feel like during the process I was forgiving you. So people get it fucked up, Taurus. They be feeling like, you never even forgive me. You're just cold and you're just, heartless. You're just like, ugh. No empathy, no compassion for nobody. You only give a fuck about yourself, Taurus. And you like, that's a goddamn lie. Let me tell you when I was loving and caring and being compassionate and empathetic. It was during the times I told myself to leave your trifling ass, or I told myself to leave this job, or I told myself not to continue on with this idea, and I fucking did it anyway because I heard that positive inspirational energy of, can we start over, can we carry on, can we push through and be the bigger person? I did it. I did all that. Okay, and I still got crossed. I still got my heart broke. So I know where happiness live now. And it's not in nothing that I've already given a chance to. How do I know this? Because I've already experienced it. I've already dealt with that establishment. They ain't shit. So that you telling me the establishment, the person, the situation can't change, Taurus? You're going to throw the whole business out the door, the whole relationship, the whole idea. All that is just, it's not for me no more. It's all toxic. You're going to throw it in a big box of toxicity so that you feel justified in avoiding it. Forgive yourself for not listening to yourself in the past and having some type of delays and obstacles occur. You blaming yourself for that shit. It's like you don't like to answer to yourself when it comes to shit like that. Like, damn, I knew I shouldn't. Something told me. That bull in me told me that, X, Y, and Z. And so sometimes you went against your intuition. And now you are feeling like I can't necessarily trust it, that much or whatever. So if a motherfucker that crossed me come back around, automatically, no, it's a no. A business come back around, no. Anything I've already dealt with, no. When I say X, I mean X. Chop, chop. You're out. Strike. That's what that means when it comes to Taurus. Okay? 6 of Cups. Do you remember how we fell in love? We were young and innocent then. All that good energy. And all you think about is that big toxic box. Like I said, if you're throwing people and labeling people off jump, once they cross you, once they betray you, they're thrown into the toxic box that you that's unheard of, or that you don't speak of, you don't deal with, or whatever the case may be. It's like, that's my toxic box. They got thrown in my toxic box, so dead to me. Do you remember how we fell in love? Do you remember how you fell in love with that idea, Taurus? Do you remember how you fell in love with that establishment, that business, or that person? Or are you only seeing them in that bad light where they betrayed you? Was there some good in there, Taurus? Did you enjoy some of those times when you was doing that shit that you say you don't like to do no more? Was it fun? Is it creeping up? So I creep. T-Vibes of Taurus. Creeping up. Start over. It's okay to trust yourself again. It's okay to even fuck up again. It's okay to make another bad decision, a bad investment. It's okay. You've experienced before. The experience wasn't meant to scare you or create a box of, oh, this is like, no, I'm not dealing with this. It was meant to create the master of this shit. You were meant to go within and find out who you are and realize that you carry the right. That voice is in you. The light is in you. You carry the right to decide, like, if some shit is for you or not, to have discernment. But that doesn't mean that you off some shit or you completely trash it or throw it out because you had a bad experience with it. It's like you see it as bad experience. You don't see it as a lesson. Continue on, move forward. You just see it as, once I've come across paths with this thing, this entity, this person, whatever the case may be. Once I cross paths with this, if it did not work out, because I put this Empress energy into it, if it didn't work out, that means that it wasn't for me. That's how you're thinking, Taurus. Wasn't for me. Bullshit. It's bullshit. Four of Pentacles. Stuck. Not wanting to move, not wanting nobody to come through and change nothing up, switch nothing up. Because we know the Five of Pentacles coming after that. That's change. That's need. That's charity. That's you having to basically allow some type of opening of your heart, Taurus. We know you're stubborn. We know that. But we also know that you have a heart of gold. And so you may feel that you need extra guards out there to protect the Taurus heart. You don't need to do that. That's already in you. You have discernment. You know when some shit ain't right. You know when it's time to change something. You know when it's time to speak up. But don't write it off before it even happens. You feel like I already been there, done that. I already know what's going to happen. Do you? High Priestess. That's why you feel like that. I already know what's going to happen. I've already been there, done that. You're basing it off of your experiences. So if you're going to use your inner voice, you're going to use your intuition, make sure that it's guiding you to positivity. Make sure it's guiding you to handle your shit, not run away from your shit. Because then we know, if it's telling me that I shouldn't be doing this because I'm afraid or because I've already labeled this person, I don't want to deal with this shit, then I know that this is more fear related. Maybe I need to go towards this shit. But if this is telling me, hey, go ahead, you know what I'm saying? Make sure that you continue on with life. Don't allow any of these obstacles to hold you back. Just take the lesson from it, and that teaches you how to move forward when the shit comes back around. You can use your discernment. Your discernment is on point. It's on point. So don't be afraid. Don't be afraid to have those tough conversations or to view people in a different light, Taurus. I know you want to see situations like, I'm done with it. No. I want no parts of that shit because I had a bad experience, a negative experience with that airline or with this person or with that company or with this, this business, this store, or whatever, this dream. I lost my interest in it because it did not go the way that it was supposed to go. The way that I claimed it. And it did not turn out that way. So it wasn't for me. I'm not going to try to force it to be for me. If it wasn't for you, then we got the high priestess all over the freaking place, dropping down there, and she's still in the upright. Trusting your intuition first. Can't nobody tell you what's for you and what isn't yours. But if you trust in your intuition, if you feel led, you keep getting hints and ticks and, like, you know, little ideas that something needs your attention, it may be time for you to start on over. And when you look and are reminded of these situations, stop viewing them in a negative sense. Stop looking at all the ways that you were betrayed or all the ways that you were inconvenienced in the situation. Okay? Look at the positivity that it brought to you or you brought to it. Look at the good in the situation. And then use your discernment to decide if this is something that you want to allow back in your life. Okay? It's as simple as that. So your discernment isn't off. Your discernment is on. Just make sure that you're not blocking things out because of fear or because of history. Okay? Love you guys. Like, comment, subscribe, and share. Bye.